Cam, get on his camera. And from Petaluma High School, it's the Santa Rosa Panthers and the Petaluma Trojans in the oldest rivalry in Sonoma County.
Very exciting.
Very good evening, everyone. I'm Griffin Epstein.
And I'm Simone Trinfolia.
And yeah, the oldest rivalry in Sonoma County. These were the first two schools ever founded in the county. So a lot of bad blood on the line for this varsity boys basketball matchup.
This is a very important game.
Yeah, and coming in, the Trojans had won their game on Tuesday. They're looking for back-to-back wins. They're 3-7. It's been up and down so far early in the season. They need to get some momentum going. Yes. This could be big.
It's funny because when you think of Petaluma High School and their rival, you automatically think of Casa Grande, but we have many.
Absolutely. And it's also a Friday night. A lot of energy in this gym. For that is also another interesting factor, a rematch these teams played before.
Yeah, they're familiar with each other. It only heightens their rivalry.
They played on Saturday, the third place game of the Rose City Tourney. It was a really ugly game, actually. Santa Rosa blew out Petaluma 56-39. But the Trojans just look exhausted. They were without one of their best players, Esteban Bermudez, who was out with a cold. He's back tonight. The Trojans have gotten a lot of rest and are coming out a blowout victory against St. Vincent's. It feels like tonight should be a really tight game between two really good teams.
Yeah, let me tell you, the music they're playing is getting me hyped up. I think they're ready.
Yes. Blackout, yeah. Let's head back on court.
All right.
Yeah, so it should be a hyped affair being a Friday night. A lot of energy in the gym. And the Trojans also coming off a win, trying to get some momentum, something that they have struggled with certainly a lot. For Santa Rosa, what's their biggest strength, Simone?
For Santa Rosa, I personally would say their height.
Yeah,
they definitely look a little bigger than our team, but I don't think that should get in the way of our performance.
Yeah, the Panthers are led by Andre Goudreau. Their 6'3" senior center. He's a 3-year varsity player, averaging 10.5 points per game. But this is an extraordinarily experienced bunch. They have 12 seniors.
12. Wow, that is quite impressive.
Nearly their entire team is seniors. So this is a extraordinarily experienced team. And the Santa Rosa Panthers, they are not going to be fazed by tonight. It's not a program that has a lot of success, but they have been very, very good to start the year. They're 6-2, including the third place finish in the Rose tournament, but they have a bunch of good wins. They beat Acalanes twice. They've beaten San Rafael, and they beat San Marin. The Trojans saw San Marin earlier in the year, lost to them.
That is quite an impressive record, I might say.
Yeah, so Santa Rosa, very good. But the Trojans have a lot of young talent, and we think they can be able to counter them tonight.
Yes, I agree. We've seen a lot of new faces on the varsity team this year, and I think they have a lot to offer.
Esteban Bermudez and Eric Prince highlight those new faces, and it's a delight. It is our first basketball live stream of the season, of course.
Yes, it's so exciting. I am so honored that I get to be a part of this.
Yeah, and Bermudez and Perez, just excited to show them. They play with so much energy, so much tenacity, and the Trojans have at times this year really blossomed around their play and their tenacious effort they play with. They beat a very good Windsor team last Thursday because of their energy and skill flying around and playing at a extremely high level. Perez and Bermudez should help lead that.
I completely agree.
However, the Trojans, all their offense goes through big number 21, Kenny Alexander. What does he bring to this team?
Well, he is a force to be reckoned with, I might say. He is 6'3", which is
228 pounds. Simone was about to go into a scouting on Kenny Alexander, and then her friend showed up, so it left her a little proud.
Sorry about that. They're really immature.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. 26 points in the foundation game against Windsor, but he led the team in scoring when they played last Saturday against these Panthers, 13 points.
Yes.
Yeah, just big inside.
Yeah.
A lot of physicality. He's going to make it very challenging.
Definitely very
for
intimidating
the
to the other team.
Should be a good one, Santa Rosa and Petaluma here in a good atmosphere on this Friday night. You want to throw it back to us? Obviously, last year wasn't the way that Petaluma wanted to finish what was a very promising season, but the key was could they turn the page from what was looking like a promising season last year where they could win SCL to just kind of resetting the program and moving in the right direction this year.
Yes, exactly. It was a kind of disappointing end to the season, but we're going to pick that up again in this basketball season. We are going to.
And the Santa Rosa game's big. Coach Bears has talked a lot about playing good teams. They play close to them, but they have to win. They have to finish those games.
Exactly.
They really struggled to do that last year. That's really how their season fell apart, and they have to do that this year. They've struggled at times, but we mentioned that victory over Windsor last Thursday in the first round of the Rose City, a 51-47 victory over the Panthers. Their first close victory in almost a year. Now maybe can they replicate that if they get into a close battle on their friendly home court against the Panthers.
Yes.
Home court as well, Friday night, big student section. Schrodens were dominant in their home court in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Before their loss to Healdsburg last year when they went into free fall, they had only lost once on their home court in nearly 2 years.
You definitely know that student spirit really helps them get motivated. I already see so many faces in the student section
And it has
right
to be
now.
intimidating for the other teams that come into this atmosphere. We've seen a lot of teams wilt in the Petaluma High School gym.
Petaluma High School has some very intimidating chants, I must say.
Absolutely. It is a blackout tonight, a lot of spirit, a lot of pump, but Santa Rosa brings in the experience. We'll see if they're frazzled, a lot of skill as well.
Right.
So will the Shrooms be able to turn the page, get a big victory tonight against a good Santa Rosa team, or can the Panthers keep things going? They're coming off a victory Tuesday night on the road against Acalates and also beat Petaluma on Saturday. Should be a good one. Let's head it back up top. Starting lineups coming up in just a moment, as we have just about a minute until starting lineups, the national anthem, and then tip-off from Petaluma High School. We will also be live tomorrow. How many viewers we got, by the way? Also be live tomorrow, girls basketball team taking on the Novato High Hornets.
Cool.
Appreciate everyone tuning in on Friday night. What's our comment?
Kate, CIA. Hi, Kate.
Kate
I hope you're still
McLaughlin.
watching.
Well, let's listen in to
Love
PA
you,
announcer
Kate.
Michael Baraballs.
Yes.
Santa Rosa Panthers and your Petaluma Trojans. At this time, the CP starters. First of the visiting Santa Rosa Panthers. A 5% senior guard, number 3, Greg Goodwin. A 5% senior guard, number 5, Jalen Chris. A 5'11" senior forward, number 13, Alan Baker. A 6'3" senior forward, number 15, Andre Dugro. And a 6'4" junior center, number 33, Tyler Edwards. The Panthers are coached by Madison Lott, assisted by Ruben Knowles. Now so the starters for your Petaluma Trojans. A 6'2" sophomore guard, number 25, Eric Perez. A 6'1" senior forward, number 1, Zach Clark. A 6'2" junior forward, number 32, Sam Brown. A 5'8" senior guard, number 3, Robbie Mazza. And a 6'3" senior forward, number 21, Kenny Alexander. Trojans are coached
So there are your starters. Head coach Scott Bears for Petaluma. We'll get the national anthem, and then we'll be ready for tip here on this Friday night Varsity Boys basketball game, Santa Rosa and Petaluma.
Whose lost lives and bright stars
There's the national anthem.
So good.
We are just about ready to go. You heard the starters. Petaluma will go with their same starting lineup as they did all 3 games in the Rose City Tourney, and Tuesday night in their victory over St. Vincent, 61-35. They knocked off the St. Vincent Mustangs. St. Vincent's hung around for a while, but not a quality opponent Petaluma able to pull away. Played well in that second half. They'll look to replicate that. They played pretty well first 2 games of the Rose City Tournament before the game against Santa Rosa, so things are looking up. But it's a big proving game tonight.
It is.
Clark and Gaudreau ready to tip. Student section chanting on their feet. Trojans 3-7. Panthers 6-2. Panthers win the tip and we're underway. Grant Goodwin, transfer from Reading, leads the Panthers in scoring on that tip. 3 ball off the mark from Tyler Edwards, the junior center, one of only 2 juniors on the Panthers. Scoreboard in your left-hand corner is Brown's 3 ball off the mark. Brown has been shooting well of late for Petaluma. Some good movements in the Rose City tourney. It's interesting, we know him for his baseball skill, but he's been playing really well in the basketball court. The talented Eric Perez gets the foul, led to the line for 2. Perez brings great energy to this team, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Perez, the younger brother of Ryan Perez, who, when we were freshmen, Simone, was the team captain of the SEL tournament champion Petaluma boys basketball team.
I did not make that connection. That's quite interesting.
Perez hits the first. That's the only team ever to win the SEL tournament championship game. And Ryan's not here tonight because he's got a game, but he's come out to a lot of the games. He's at the JC playing for the Bear Cubs basketball team.
Quite impressive.
Brown's called for the foul. So he comes out to a lot of games and watches his younger brother play.
That's so nice.
Speaking of Perez, he's called for the foul. We mentioned Gaudreau in the open. C forces the foul. Gaudreau, it's the first one, won the score here. 7:15 remaining here in the first quarter. 8-minute quarters. Live here from the Petaluma High School gym here on Trojan Live. Gaudreau looking into the Petaluma student section, bricks the second. Brown pulls down the rebound. Santa Rosa half-court press really bothered Petaluma when they played on Saturday, but the Trojans also looked tired and out of energy. They played a lot of games in a lot of days. They had a tournament the week before, so they had played 7 games in 10 days. Alexander's 3 is off. And a lot of the players just blame that loss on Santa Rosa. They were really just exhausted with a lot of basketball.
Right.
Can't blame them for that, but they expect to have energy here tonight. And Santa Rosa also looked a little tired, especially in that first half when these teams played on Saturday. Good ball movement by the Panthers, but the 3 ball off by Grant Goodwin. 12 points per game leads the Panthers in scoring. Perez, he's got good handles, but I'm going to say a carry. The head coach in his second year, Madison Lott for Santa Rosa, he was not happy with the Panthers' team effort after the end of the first half. It was a especially sloppy first half when the teams played each other. We mentioned it was a little bit ugly. It wasn't the prettiest game. And Lott laid into his team at halftime. I happened to be right by the Panther locker room. There was shoes being thrown. There was screaming and pounding on the ground. Lott has done a great job with this program, but he was getting his tense. The Panthers were only up by 7 at the half. They come up with a 7-0 run at the third quarter. They answered his call. This Panther team has responded all year long. Excellent play. So far, great energy by both teams, but a little bit sloppy. 1-1 the score, 2 minutes in. Perez has been active a lot. Shot clock down to 6. Alexander has got to go, leads Petaluma in scoring and banks it in. He's got excellent physicality, really uses that size. 13 points to lead Petaluma on Saturday in their loss to the Panthers. 6'3", 228-pound senior captain. 3-1 Petaluma leads here. It's a good, loud atmosphere on this Friday night. 3 ball off the mark by Jalen Prince. The Trojans' defense so far looks really active. They're really flying to the ball in this zone defense.
They're really fiery out there. A lot of energy.
turn the ball over a lot against the Santa Rosa press. Haven't seen a turnover yet. Alexander nearly just did. That's a positive. Alexander, no. Fear to the rack, but unable to finish. The Panthers push it up. Dro, so talented, finishing in the lane, and it looked like Alexander might have fouled him as well. 6'3" senior, 10.5 points per game, 7 rebounds per game. A cutting Izetta, that's a tough angle, and nearly hit him. Panther ball. 4:23 remaining here in the first quarter, tied at 3. Isidro Garcia enters for the Panthers, and he was the star of the game on Saturday.
Wow.
15 points, leading both
That
teams
is quite impressive.
in scoring. He's got an excellent finish in the lane, but you see the passing good as well. And it pays off as Greg Goodwin hits the 3. And head coach Sean Bear says, that's not how I wanted you to see you playing defense. He's laying into Eric Perez. He's only a sophomore, a lot to learn, obviously.
Yeah, definitely.
So Bermudez will enter, Perez will exit. We'll mention Bermudez as well. He brings great energy to this Petaluma team. Trojans press up, Clark overshot it. Gaudreau, a little far from his range. 6'3", Santa Rosa leading. This is starting to open up. Both teams starting to run. Santa Rosa loves to get out on the open floor and run. They love to turn their defense into offense. They forced the first turnover of the game there. They had a remarkable, they averaged 15.4 steals per game.
That is quite a lot of steals.
Very tenacious. That included 17 steals against the Trojans on Saturday.
Wow.
Good when you don't want to let him open, but he left it short. Excellent shooter. Transfer from Reading. Not only did Santa Rosa return its top 6 scorers, but they also got Goodwin, who transferred all the way up from Redding, California.
Wow. So you know this is a very desired team to be on.
Yeah, it's a desirable place to play all of a sudden, really. Trojans struggling to score here early. That has to be a concern. Alexander with a man in its face, and he hit it. Kenny Alexander from downtown. Well, that's just pure skill, isn't it?
Yes.
We're tied at 6 here early on. The Trojans' defense keeping them in it.
Oh.
But the Panthers are going to shoot the ball. Gaudreau hits the 3. Averaging 59 points per game are the Panthers. Petaluma's going to need to settle into their offense, but it hasn't. It's only their second turnover. Their offense just hasn't looked great early. Aggressive move by Prince, but he couldn't finish. Goodwin got a loose rebound. Fancy move by Campos. Foul on Alexander. And Alexander's had some trouble with foul trouble as well. He's a big man.
Yeah.
They really attacked him, and that's his second. He's going to have to come out of the game. And Coach Sean Bear said he came back with a fire in his eyes, and we've definitely seen that,
Yes.
especially on the offensive end. But defensively, he's a great force because of his size, but
Yeah.
you can't contribute if you're on the bench.
Exactly.
He's just got to learn that, be a little bit smarter, does Alexander, and avoid that foul trouble. Sullivan and Gehring will enter, and Alexander is going to be forced to take a seat, as will Brown. The Trojans will size down a little bit, but they're also Panthers size down as well. Panthers have the size advantage, pretty short Trojans. Gehring pulls down a nice rebound as both were missed. And then a foul called on the Afro man, Russell Franklin, 5'11" junior. He's got a nice afro, doesn't he?
Yes, I love his hair.
I wish I could do that.
You could if you tried.
You think so?
Yeah,
It's
just
really
you have
got
to
the
wait
poof.
a really long time.
Yeah, I don't know if I have that patience. We'll see if the patience pays off on the basketball court. Adds him an extra couple inches as well. Bermudez got his pocket picked, and now the Panthers got a free lane to the bucket.
Wow.
You can't give free buckets to Santa Rosa as Jalen Prince gets the steal and score. Throw it back on us. Jamie. 11-6 the score here. 2:08 remaining in the first quarter. Petaluma's brought the energy, I think, especially defensively.
Definitely.
But offense doesn't feel in sync yet.
Yeah, I think it does take a little time to warm up, especially since both teams are super fiery in the beginning. They kind of have to get into their rhythm, you know?
Right, and maybe the Trojans have played a lot of games. Now they finally gotten some rest this week. So maybe now it's the opposite. There's some rust instead of some exhaustion.
Exactly, yeah.
That could be a factor. Defensively, they've been good, but you can't give up free turnovers with 3 buckets to the lane. If you're going to turn the ball over, at least throw the ball out of bounds. That was a major problem in that Santa Rosa game getting away from them in the second half. Santa Rosa was struggling offensively as the foul's called. Santa Rosa was struggling offensively for the majority of that first half and into that second half. But things really got going for the Panthers, and they pulled away in the 56-39 victory when the Trojans just started turning it over in the backcourt with this press. Santa Rosa got easy lay-ins. Just can't do it. See the struggle to clear it. They're able to find Bermudez, and then Bermudez nearly throws it away. The jump ball. But Bermudez has been really loose with the ball. He's been the breakout player for Petaluma, similar to Perez. Was on JV last year. Him and Perez led the JV team in scoring. But he hasn't played in over a week now as well, being out with the sickness. Maybe some rust for him as well.
Yeah.
He was really blossoming before he had to come out. Led the team in scoring in that Windsor victory with 12. Bermudez rattles out. He's going to make some shots, though. He can get hot. He's got excellent handles and excellent energy. 3 ball is a clink by Dylan Leslie. Panther Diggs can shoot. We saw Gaudreau already hit a 3. Trojans trail by 5 here as we reach the minute 30 mark of this first quarter. Friday night action here from the Petaluma High School gym. Our first basketball live stream of the season. Clark goes in, gets the foul.
Foul number 2, Dylan Leslie, his first.
4th team foul on Santa Rosa, so the Trojans potentially getting into the bonus. Trojans have 3 team fouls. Clark at the line for 2. Clark's really been playing as well of late for Petaluma. Slow start to the season. Fred Eiden tournament was a little disappointing. They lost 2 of 3, but they went on the road on the 4th to face the Vikings in Montgomery, and they only lost by 10 points, and they were in that game as Clark hits both. They really played well at Rose City, as we mentioned. Lost to Cardinal Newman by 15, but Newman, one of the best teams in Sonoma County, and the Trojans were in that game the whole game.
Wow.
Have to give them credit for the way they played. They finally ran out of energy against Santa Rosa, but they showed improvement. Campos already causing problems for Petaluma. And the press, Santa Rosa, it's so hard to break, and it probably can be a factor to getting you out of your rhythm. Bermudez nearly got his pocket picked again. Gary goes in all sorts of traffic, out of control, he scored. Nice kind of desperation play by Gary. Campos, not afraid, gets the foul. Oh, you can see why, Garcia, I should say. You can see why Isidro Garcia led Santa Rosa in scoring on Saturday. He plays with a reckless abandon. He's not afraid to go inside. It's so key, especially in high school basketball. Take that contact, encourage the contact. And even if you don't make it, you're probably going to get to the line.
Exactly.
Baker re-enters for Santa Rosa. Deep team, as we mentioned, return their top 6 scorers from last year, 12 seniors, 2 juniors. It'll be rough for them next year when they lose all these seniors, but it is riches for them this year. They're going to compete in NBL. The Trojans need to cross it. They go up top. Excellent job to Clark. That's often where something's open. Izetta short on the 3. Trojans have struggled to shoot here in this first quarter, and they trail 15-10. Well, the press has given them issues, turned it over only a few times, but it's taken them out of the rhythm. Shot clock turned off for Santa Rosa. They can hold for the last shot. 10 seconds left. They lead by 5. Garcia finds Leslie. Leaves it short. 3 seconds for Petaluma. Bermudez from half court. Just missed it. So 15-10, we reach the end of the first quarter.
Yes.
And up and down first quarter, I think, for Petaluma. Played well defensively, but struggling with the press, struggling offensively. The shots will probably come, though, with more time.
Yeah, definitely. It's only we're going on to the second quarter. I think we have a lot more time to pick it back up. There's Justin.
Yeah, and obviously being hurt by the Trojans, Kenny Alexander with his second foul having to go out. The offense really runs through Alexander for Petaluma, and when the Trojans don't have their big man in the game, there's really limited options offensively. They don't have the size Santa Rosa has, and they're kind of forced to shoot those outside shots.
Like you said, he's a big guy, and that often makes him have a lot more fouls, and sadly has to be more careful to stay in the game.
Absolutely. And he's got to value that his offense is more important than his defense. You can give up a layup or two on the defensive end, especially if you're in foul trouble. You don't want to be too aggressive because of his value on the offensive end. He's just too valuable for Petaluma to get in foul trouble. And you know Coach Scott Bears in his fourth year as Trojan head coach now has talked to him, but he still hasn't learned just yet. Start of the second quarter. Panthers leading 15-10. Bermudez, Sullivan, Clark, Gehring, and Izetta the 5 out there for the Trojans. Nice play, Gehring stripping it. Gehring's provided some nice energy. And the foul is called on the Panthers. Continue to use this press, 16 foul on the Panthers. The Trojans will be on the bonus with the next foul. Andre Gaudreau will re-enter. Leads the Panthers here in scoring early. The star. Well, Gehring stepped on the line.
Yeah.
Goodwin set a couple threes. Will re-enter as well. We're live here from the Petaluma High School gym at Santa Rosa, Petaluma. Oldest Sonoma County rivalry. These two high schools date back to the 1870s. Baker unable to finish. Trojans have done a good job not giving Santa Rosa extra chances here early, but they have given Santa Rosa extra chances in terms of turnovers. Continued problem for Petaluma. There's Bermudez with the finish. That is a skill from the star. Sophomore, 5'7", 145-pound sophomore. And Garcia answers. He played well. He hits the jumper. And this press again by Santa Rosa causing problems. And the Trojans forced to call timeout. Can we go back to up top camera for a minute?
All right.
Okay, now go back.
Well, this has been a very exciting game. I apologize. I'm not very versed on the subject of basketball, but I'm quite impressed by the skill we see on the court today. Yeah? They're playing some pretty good jams right now. Yeah. Also, you can buy your raffle tickets up by the consignment shelf where all the food is. Make sure to buy those. It's a great prize. Okay, we are back in the game.
After the timeout, head coach Scott Bears entering ties as Clark forces the foul and nearly got the and one. The Clarks provide some nice energy for Petaluma. Led the team in scoring in the semifinals of the Rose City Tourney against Cardinal Newman. 16 foul on the Panthers. Clark got to the line early and often in that game. He forces contact as well. He's just an overall exceptional player. He's kind of could describe him as a ball manager. One mistake, though, that I make in the Trojan season opener against San Marin, said he's not much of a shooter. He heard that, and he has proved me wrong, I have to say. Hits both of his free throws. He's been shooting a lot better. 10 points against Maria Carrillo in their second game. We mentioned the 13 points against Cardinal Newman. Clark is a much improved shooter. He's listened to my criticism and taken it
You're
to
only
heart.
pushing them to make them better, Griffin. Also, your shoes untied.
Thank you. This is the zone defense that head coach Scott Bears wants to see, and it forces the missile on the three from Prince. Clark pulls down another board. He plays with so much energy, though. He's the other co-captain. He's not as vocal, but he really leads with his energy in play. Gets on the ground. Just great effort. Back to a one-possession game here. 6:17 left. Izetta. Missed it left. Excellent effort by George Tynes.
Oh,
He fell down. Now Tynes, the raw but talented senior, he can sky to get some boards. One of the tallest players. Prince to the rack, unable to finish. Sullivan pulls it in. You might notice Sullivan has a pretty nasty cut above his right eye. He banged heads with Kenny Alexander in their Cardinal Newman game as Bermudez can't finish. He banged heads with Alexander. They both had to go to the hospital and get stitches that night. They were out. It was a pretty gnarly injury. Alexander had blood all over his face. It looked like he'd been to war or something or was wearing a Halloween costume.
Wow.
But they were able to play the next game.
That's good.
But Sullivan looks like he's got a pretty big scar. Alexander's is healed a little better. Prince just hit that three, and it's 20-14 now. Ivan Cortez, a third sophomore on this Trojan team, and there's a fourth one too. We'll likely see Julian Garahon, who brings some height later on in the game. All three talented sophomores. Cortez on the varsity football team as well as a physical player. Perez dribbles it off his foot. Fourth turnover for Petaluma here tonight. Spinning, turning, but unable to finish with Trevor Anderson. It's Petaluma ball. Anderson, also the starting quarterback for the Santa Rosa football team, which had a very good year this year as well. It's a good senior class for Santa Rosa with this basketball team, and both their basketball team and their football team having some of their best years in the last couple of years.
It's very exciting.
We got 8 viewers. Appreciate
I
everyone.
think some of them are my parents.
Appreciate everyone tuning in here live. And the Trojans have turned it over in the press again. Perez then called for the foul. Oh, it's hard giving a sophomore as your point guard to deal with this tenacious press. Head coach Scott Bears has entrusted Perez, but another turnover. And it's just so hard to settle into your offense. You can't even get it up the court. And Santa Rosa's press continuing to give Petaluma trouble. Electric Santa Rosa offense has benefited as well. Shoot 39% from the field, 28% from downtown. Panthers turned it over there. Their defense is not their strength. The Trojans can get it into the half court. They should be able to get into a rhythm. 52.13 points allowed per game for Santa Rosa, which is more than Petaluma allows per game. They play lower scoring. Excellent pass ahead, but the block is better. Cortez looked like he had the lay-in. Oh. But it was a block by Baker, and now on the other end, it's Emilio Campos, the senior point guard, who will get to the line. Foul called on Tynes. Campos at the line for 2. Petaluma offense, 47.3 points per game. They've just struggled all year to really get into a rhythm offensively. And Alexander's been in the bench since about 3 minutes left in the first quarter. One of the X factors, I think, for Petaluma is Robbie Izetta. And if his shooting is on, it really opens up Petaluma's offense. And he can get hot from downtown. We saw it in their season opener against San Marin. They nearly pulled off an upset against the Mustangs because Izetta started hitting his threes. Speaking of Izetta, runs the length of the floor but couldn't finish. And now Campos on the other end running the length of the floor, and they call a ticky-tack foul. Campos.
Wow.
Was that his? I thought that was his head for a minute that hit the
I thought so too. That
bleacher.
sounded very
Yeah, it did
painful.
not sound good, but I think it was his foot.
Hi, Mom!
Simone's mom is tuned into the broadcast.
Wait,
That's
switch.
really adorable.
Wait, no, don't switch me.
See, my dad tunes in sometimes, but he uses pseudonyms, so we never know who he is.
Oh, that's too bad.
likes to remain anonymous. Campos misses the first. Both teams are now in the 1-on-1 bonus.
Kenny
17 fouls on both. Yes,
back
well,
on the
back
court.
in. A good point. We'll see if that can open up Petaluma's offense. Should help Izetta with his shot as well. Izetta had 17 points. Their loss to Maria Carrillo. It's improved his shooting this year. They turn the ball over again, and that's missed by Edwards. That got one of the loudest cheers by the student section all night. A point-blank miss. Coach Madison Locke puts his heads in his hands. That's the ball movement you want to see for Petaluma, and then Alexander threw it where he shouldn't have. Travel by Campos, they didn't call it, and it'll head to the line for 2. Now turnovers seem to be getting worse for Petaluma.
Yeah.
Can't turn the ball over. It's a young team. It's growing pains, isn't it? 7 seniors, 4 sophomores, pair of juniors on this Petaluma team. But only 1 starter returns from last year. That's Izzetto. And obviously that senior class last year is so influential.
Well, we'll see what Santa Rosa does next year since most of their team are seniors. I'd say our team has a better advantage in the long run.
It's definitely a bright future for Petaluma, but I want to try to do something now in their first year in VVAL. Trail by 8, 22-14. We've reached the halfway point of this second quarter as Bermudez coast to coast and laying it in. Bermudez has played well. He's got 4 points tonight. And he started to settle in. He was out for the last week with a cold. He really helps. He didn't play last week when Petaluma faced Santa Rosa. Panthers have missed a couple layups. Alexander! Off the back rim. He was online. The big man can shoot the 3 ball as well. And head coach Madison Law for Santa Rosa not happy with the effort that Santa Rosa showed, and the Trojans are chipping back. Santa Rosa has led this entire game, but it is a close one. I don't even know the Trojan handshake.
You don't know the Trojan
handshake.
handshake.
Throw it back on us? We could try to learn the Trojan handshake right now, but I'm not sure it's the time.
It is the time. They're not doing anything.
6-point lead for Petaluma, 22-16. See, I have
1,
no idea.
2, 3.
The Trojan handshake perfected by Sorcha and Falia. We'll see if that energizes Petaluma. Esteban Bermudez playing with good energy. Alexander looked like he hit the 3. Want to see good ball movement, but want to see smarter passes by this Petaluma offense as well. Back on court. Stay tuned for halftime. We should have an entertaining halftime show as we just minutes away. That hit off Robbie Izetta's face, and he's moving his eye. Yeah, moving his eye around. Izetta was a finalist for winter formal King. Finished in 2nd place to our very own Cameron Graham.
From Trojan Live.
Both very deserving.
It was very
both could have had it, you know.
I would have been happy if either one.
Yeah, I wanted to vote for both, but it just wasn't allowed.
I know, me too.
Gaudreau's been pretty quiet of late. Fouls called on Cortez. So Gaudreau heads to the line for 2. Senior power forward. The do-it-all player. He can shoot the 3, he can play defense, he can play the team. It's the heart and soul of this Panthers squad. That's the first 3 throw.
Yeah.
Free throws haven't been great so far for Santa Rosa. They missed a lot, and they missed some easy buckets. They can easily be up double digits right now with Petaluma's offensive struggles. 62% from the stripe going into this one. Gaudreau hits both. That'll move up that percentage. It helps when they can make these buckets. They can really settle in to this press that has given Petaluma so much trouble. They got 3 men over the end line. Izetta uses his speed. And it's knocked out by your favorite player on the Panthers, Trevian Prince.
Yes, that is a great name, I might say. Trevian Prince.
Bermudez kick to Brown. Finally hits Sam Brown from downtown. Got a couple looks, and Brown hits the corner 3 and cuts the lead into 5. Brown plays with excellent energy as well. There's so many players on this Trojan team that put their heart and soul on the line, and it helps. Another foul is
Kenny
called.
Alexander got hit by the ball.
Was the foul on Alexander? If it is, that's going to hurt him. Well, we'll see. It's a big decision. They're discussing who the foul is on. It is not. It's on Cortez. That will help. That's the 10th team foul on Petaluma. They've called it tight, so Gaudreau will have the double bonus. 2 shots at the free throw line. Shooting into that Petaluma student section, all clad in their black for this Friday night blackout. We hope that will be out again tomorrow as a girls team takes on the Nevada Hornets.
That should be a very exciting game.
Should. We'll be live. 5 o'clock tip. Gaudreau splits the pair, and the lead's back out to 6. Santa Rosa's led by as much as 9. The Trojans have cut it down to 3. It's been low scoring, hard fought. Much better play than these two did last Saturday. Alexander will get to the line. That's what he really brings to the court. Pure skill.
Yes.
Sadly,
I will not be here for the live stream tomorrow.
Ah.
But I will make sure to watch it on YouTube.
Of
Trojan
course, you don't want to
Live.
miss it.
Yeah, I am seeing a friend in the Nutcracker.
Well, you can, intermission of the Nutcracker.
Exactly.
It is that holiday season as well. I'm surprised we
It's
didn't
on
have
YouTube. It's accessible anywhere.
surprised we didn't have like an ugly sweater theme or something like that. Maybe that's
I know.
Tuesday's game. I'm not sure. Alexander will split the pair as well. 25-20. 2 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Live from the Petaluma High School gym. Santa Rosa Panthers, the Petaluma Trojans' oldest rivalry in Sonoma County. Travel or push off. These teams play in football. There's actually the War Club is awarded to the winner in football. There's no trophy in basketball, but
Oh, wow.
it's especially big rivalry in football. I don't think it's as tenacious, obviously, as Casa and Petaluma, but there is a trophy on the line when the teams
Wow.
play each other. Bermudez able to break the press. What a hard foul. That's your man, Mr. Prince, coming up, and he did not act like a prince there. That was a vicious foul. I would send him to the dungeon. But it will send Bermudez to the charity stripe, and the Trojans in the double bonus now for 2. Bermudez with 4 points, make it 5. 5'7", 145-pound sophomore, 11 points against Montgomery was his high score. Was second in scoring on that JV team last year. Splits the pair. Both teams have left some points at the line, but it's a 4-point game. The Trojans are in this one as we near the halfway point. 3 ball off the mark by Baker, one of the 3 captains on the Panthers. Trojans running the floor, and the foul is called. Alexander to the line for 2. I expected a physical game. These teams played on Saturday. It was a long game. It was an hour 45 about. There were so many fouls. In that game. Both teams were in the double bonus early in the second and fourth quarters. The game went on and on and on. But it was a lot uglier game. This game played a little bit more free, a little bit more up and down. The Trojans finally maybe starting to settle in to an offensive rhythm. Lead is cut to 3 as Alexander splits that. 1:40 left in this second quarter. Panthers run the weave. Well, they've had trouble finding a lot of room inside. Garcia's again led the Panthers offensively. Air ball. Anderson able to pour down an offensive board, but he missed it as well. He struggled to finish inside. Now the Trojans dealing with this press. They get it to Bermudez. Alexander couldn't finish, out of control. You want to finish quarters well. Petaluma has a chance to potentially tie this game.
Yes.
They've trailed the whole first half. That would be huge. Floater good. Brand Goodwin, he leads the Panthers in scoring. He's been pretty quiet in this one. 5 points on the game for Goodwin. Under a minute, about 14-second differential between shot clock and game clock. 27-22. Clark. That looked like a foul, but no call. Now a 2-second differential between shot clock and game clock. At least the Trojans go 2 for 1. Garcia pulls it out. He's going to run some clock. Goodwin, off balance, couldn't hit. Shot clock turned off, 12 seconds left for Petaluma. They got to make sure to clear it first. Alexander isn't exactly the ball handler you want, but he clears it. Dipping and darting, he finds Izetta, off balance, rainbow floater off the mark. The ball slowly trickles away. We've reached the end of the first half here.
Wow.
Santa Rosa Panthers 27, Petaluma Trojans 22. What are your thoughts on this one?
I think we're putting up a good fight, definitely.
Yeah, it's been, I don't think it was the best first half by Petaluma, and in the end they struggled shooting, struggled to get into the offensive rhythm to only be down 5 points. I think in the end you have to be happy if you're head coach Scott Bears. Now we know Santa Rosa can make some adjustments offensively. They came out really hot with these teams late in the third quarter. They went on a 7-0 run and basically put the game away. So you got to make sure they don't do that.
Yes.
But if you're Petaluma and you can get into your offense in the third and fourth quarters in the second half, you feel like there's got to be an opportunity to do something. You want to join us on set? Anyone?
These are my good friends.
We've got Camille
we got Marina
Flynn, Nicole
Armstrong.
Safu, Marina Armstrong.
Camille Flynn. Wait, kneel down. Kneel
Yeah,
down.
they gotta
you
get
gotta
on in
get in
there.
the. Wait, come back on us. Jamie. Okay, wait, who's behind me? No one. Okay. These are my friends. What do you guys think of the game so far?
You gotta give them the mic.
Oh,
I think it's pretty intense. The game's pretty close. I think the teams are evenly matched.
How do you think that?
How do you think your boyfriend Robbie is doing?
Oh, we have to say that.
I really do.
What do you think that, guys? What do you think the Trojans need to do? It's been really close, Camille. Oh.
Make their shot, really. They're doing some good passing.
Yeah, Robbie's had a couple good looks at 3. How does he maybe settle down?
I don't know. Maybe he's just a little nervous because Nicole's in the audience, you know?
I would definitely agree with that. They definitely, it's a new relationship. The nervousness is still there.
What is that feeling, Nicole, of watching a significant other out on the court and watching them perform?
It's fun. I made sure that they were on time. I'm teaching Marina a lot. She learned what traveling is.
Wow.
She learned what a free throw is. It's really exciting.
Wow, I don't even know.
She's from Canada. She doesn't know a lot. You know, I don't know about basketball. Right. Curling, too, right? Yeah, they've never won a Stanley Cup.
Hi, not your mother, right?
No, Vancouver Canucks, Camille.
Robinson.
Robin?
Well, guys, it's your senior year. How are you guys making the last year here at Petaluma count?
Well, my friends are doing big things. Camille
Really?
Flynn got into Duke.
Yeah, pretty excited.
Whoa!
Really excited about it. That's where I'm going to school, so yeah.
You want to see some good basketball,
I'm
Camille?
ready to see some good basketball.
You better get your knowledge up.
I am looking forward to tuning into TV next year and seeing you as one of those Karen crazies with the blue pants.
Yeah, maybe.
You get the blue paint face, get the arm out, you know.
Griffin, you can come visit us.
Nicole got into Emerson today, so we're super proud
I
of her.
heard.
And Nicole got into San Diego State.
Yeah.
Aztecs got a good basketball team, too.
She, she hasn't heard back yet, but we have high hopes.
Here at Petaluma High, since you guys are going across the country, like 6 more months left here in Petaluma. What do you want to do? What do you here at Petaluma before you leave?
Spend time with my friends.
Have a lot of fun with you guys. That's good. Go to the basketball games.
Obviously.
Watch your boyfriend play. That's not okay. Griffin, what about you?
What do you mean?
How are you living it up your senior year?
You know, definitely coming out to these basketball games, it was sad, you know, final football game. The high school football is a unique atmosphere. All the high school sports
The
are
last
great.
one was kind of nostalgic. Felt a little sad when it was over.
No, there was some tears in my eyes at the last game down at Alameda when they fell to Encinal. It was a tough way to end it. But basketball's going to have to come to an end, but you want to make the most of every single game, and you hope that the boys have a lot of talent. The girls have some great players. Both teams should compete in BBAL. You really hope they can get some victories.
Shout out to Lily Catarazzoli.
Is going to do amazing this year. In basketball.
Are you guys coming out to support her as well? They got a game tomorrow night.
Yeah, I probably won't be able to make it.
Well, we'll be live streaming that if you want to check it out, 5 o'clock.
I will definitely be tuning in to the Trojan Live live stream.
That's how you do it. I have one more question. I have a good question. What is, I saw this today, and I couldn't think of an answer myself, so I was wondering, what is your favorite memory of high school? If you can pick one thing, all three of you.
It's definitely with you guys, but I need to think about it. It's probably this in the list.
Yeah.
I have no idea. That's hard. I feel like it's all been really good. Like I feel like I can't think of one thing that was like
That's what I
incredible.
struggled with too,
But
yeah.
I don't know. I've had a good 4 years.
Definitely couldn't get it through it without my friends and the community of Petaluma High School. There's a lot of great
Really
people
special.
here. I'm really excited to leave though.
I think it was the time when we made.
We want to keep it appropriate on here. All right, guys. Thank you
Bye.
so much for joining us.
Camille.
I'm really hungry.
Can we head on top?
I'm
You go.
no. I can't go.
Well, not away from here. You get food. No, you can't go to Wild Go. You can get food at the stand. She's angry. You go get her food.
I can't eat that. I'm a vegetarian.
All right, we got 4 minutes left before the start of the second half, so stay tuned here. Santa Rosa and Petaluma both still in the locker room.
You can go get
A
something.
long talk with head coach Scott Bears and his team and head coach Madison Lott. I hope he's not going
Okay.
to Petaluma locker
I don't
rooms,
have
but
a
if
lot
he
of
is,
cash, but I'll figure it out.
oh,
What?
you were talking to her if you had it on.
No,
No one
I
wanted
wasn't
to know
good.
your food plans.
Sorry.
Anyways,
I have not eaten dinner yet.
I thought we were going to have dinner at Henny Penny's after.
No, I can't make it this time. I'm sorry.
Oh. All right. I forgot what I was saying. I was so disappointed. It's okay.
I'm sorry, Griffin.
Um,
There's our very own Trojan
okay,
Live, Justin
Justin,
Plumtree.
you want to join us?
Here he comes, a walking legend.
I have Mr. Plumtree himself. Let's throw it back on us. You gotta kneel down, Justin.
What am I saying?
Just say hi.
Yeah, well, what's your thoughts on this first half, Justin? 5-point game.
It was all right. We got kind of lucky. They missed a couple very easy layups, so they probably should be up more. We missed a few free throws. Kenny could have made some. Sorry to throw shade at Kenny. Love him, but had to do it. And then Eric, he got a couple costly turnovers in a row. That hurt us. So, yeah, just turn down the turnovers. We need to deal with that press. We need to figure out how to get past that. And I mean, yeah, pretty simple solutions, I believe.
No, Justin, I happened to see you were on the television this morning on Show Black Daily Morning Announcement.
Was I?
Was a part of that very interesting
yeah.
media bias story. What are your thoughts on that, seeing that put together?
I mean, that was good. I didn't know there was going to be 3 parts. So that, yeah, I'm interested in seeing the next 2. Yeah, I'm just excited to be here. God bless America.
Yeah. Well, Justin, you're only in the first and third video, but let me tell you, they are all very good and worth checking out.
If you guys missed it, TMA, I don't know the number, but this morning's daily morning announcement.
The others are coming Monday and Tuesday.
Up top. If you missed it, the media bias story, you and Cameron Grant put together.
Yes.
It was the first episode was on our daily morning announcement. Really well done.
Thank you. The second part and third part will be on Monday and Tuesday, and you can check it out. Yes.
Yeah, it was really really interesting, really professional, and I'm really intrigued to see the second and third part.
Thank you so much. I was very excited to work on a story that wasn't just about school spirit or something that only really has to do with the students. I was excited to do some more research on something I'm actually very interested in.
Right, absolutely. That's all it's all about. Petaluma, might as well, they just walk out now. They were in the locker room for a very long time. So long that they don't even warm up when they get back out there. I don't know why. Coach Ferris is playing into his team. Justin talked about it, some room for improvement for Petaluma.
Yeah.
They were in there for a while. Coach Ferris finally sauntering out now. They use all these minutes. Not happening. So ready to go. Start of the third quarter here. 16 more minutes. Varsity boys basketball on this Friday night. The rivalry game, Santa Rosa and Petaluma 27-22. Udez leads Petaluma 7 points. Jordan has been pretty quiet offensively. So we had to rip. Clark's gone through the line a couple times. Turn it over to start. Not the way you want to start this third quarter here. Head coach Scott Bears, his fourth year as Petaluma coach, 38-28 overall, 21-13 in the Sonoma County League. Strode's obviously headed into a new league this year, the BAL. Posting up the shimmy. Garcia just keeps on causing the Trojans headaches. Boy, he's doing good. By far the best player of the whole court. Again tonight, he didn't even start too. For some reason. Alexander overshoots that three. Garcia, heat check there, good net. These missed shots by Santa Rosa will help open up. Good defense is going to lead to better offense for Petaluma. There's no doubt about that. They don't have to deal with the press. They're going to get a full 30 to run their offense and get into a rhythm. That can't hit. No threes tonight. Nicole stop his boyfriend, Robbie.
Yes. I have to say, they are very cute together.
Nicole didn't put the right thing in his drink before the game, I guess. It's not been observed yet.
Whoa there.
Aggressive defending by Garcia, but they called it tight. Garcia had the line. Ramirez called for the foul. The excellent energy you've seen it. Fun. Perez was turning it over early in the game, and he remains on the bench. Ramirez his third, so he might have to come in. Trojans trying to chip their way back. Panthers have led by as much as 9. Trojans have never led.
Taking for the Trojans is number 4, George Times.
Offensive lethargic. Not sure what lethargic, not a word. They've been offensively lethargic.
Look, okay. I think I know what you mean, but yeah.
Harris sweat. There's good news earlier before JDT for Petaluma got a 15-37 victory over Santa Rosa. The freshman team also won. Varsity team trying to make it 3-3 against the Panthers. Isaiah throwing it away after some fancy moves, and Garcia lays it in. Three buckets to the Panthers. Garcia's been all over the floor. He's stepping double digits. The Panthers have the biggest lead of the game. It has been Santa Rosa with a run to start, and the Trojans get out that. They needed three. Clark from downtown. They needed that one. Foul call. Shot by Goodwin.
Foul number 1, Zach Clark, his first, second team foul.
Clark, second team foul in return. Clark with a huge three. The Petaluma can pull this up. Remember, that's the important. Clark seems to provide energy and provide shots in Petaluma. He's done it all year long. Wide open sprint. Oh, shot it. Santa Rosa can still take a bigger lead, but they haven't shot very well tonight themselves. Swinging it, Isetta. Can't get it to go. Foul call. He got it back off there. Fine. With his height, he's going to trouble in the lane for Garcia, but Garcia's just going to keep on feeling better and better if he gets to the line. Second team foul. Second personal foul on Zach Clark. Cedro Garcia is just killing Petaluma right now.
Yeah.
Wrecking crew. You're allowed to talk, Simone. You do know that.
Whoa, Griffin. That was a little shady, I must say.
Appreciate all 8 viewers tuning in. It looks like we got a new comment.
Parker says hi. Parker, what is your last name?
Parker.
I know, exactly. That's why I asked, what is your last name?
There is some other offense on the score for Santa Rosa beside.
Whoa.
Yes, that is foul. Madison Locke jumps up in the air, clenches his fist like a prize fighter, slaps his hands.
He is excited.
Construction and progress is possible around Locke. What a job he's done reviving the Santa Rosa program. They had only reached 500. They'd only been they were exactly 500 twice, and only 2 times they've been at that record overall in the last 15 years.
George makes a shot.
Hines first point. They would love to get the big man involved. He struggled of late. Hines got a piece of that place, a tough shot. But Goodwin says, I can do better. 56-27. Offensive defensive game. Ramirez finds Clark. Swings it to Brown. He's already at 1. Off his side. Finds it off the board. Strips. Take better care of the ball. Get a 6'4", 185 down center. Brings in and out, and the third is still boxed out. Row finishing, and I think it's leading the game for Santa Rosa at 11. This pace starting to really pick up.
Yes.
Both teams moving quickly, scoring. See some of the adjustments made. That's not the match you want from the only starter returning. Campos can't lay it in. Follow doesn't go. Leslie.
Whoa.
Clark gets too far.
I told you the ball would hit some students.
Ball hit, catches it, but unfortunately he's no longer on a basketball team.
That's true.
3:42 left here in the third. Will be Santa Rosa the ball. And Scott Bears wants time out. The Trojans just don't look like, didn't come out of the locker room, I think, like you wanted them to.
I don't think so. They seemed a little discouraged.
Yeah, they just seem discouraged out of the locker room. You don't know what Coach Bear said. Some adjustments, the pace is speed up. They've hit a couple shots. But defensively, it looks worse. Defensively,
Yeah.
some poor decisions, and Santa Rosa team is talented.
It is the third quarter. They're probably getting a little tired. They're not in it with the points. You know, they're discouraged.
The Trojans have played some really good teams. Montgomery, Cardinal Newman, and they've competed. They have nearly pulled off upsets against those teams. But they've got to play that energy that they did for large spurts. Otherwise, this one will get away from them because Santa Rosa just is that talented.
Yeah.
And just that experience.
Exactly. 9 viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Jamie, come on. You're doing better in the first quarter. Gross on about it, gives it off to his friend Goodwin. He's the leading scorer for Santa Rosa. And he adds to his point total tonight. He's got 9. The lead is 41-27. Trojans do a better job clearing the press, but the lead is 14 for Santa Rosa. Trojans need some points.
Oh.
Trojans need a spark. You were totally right. They look
Tired. They do.
Also, number 2, Dylan Leslie, his third, second.
They hung around, they battled, they fought. In the first half, it is getting away from them. Kind of similar to Saturday's game. It was a lot more ugly. Trojans will take on the Hayward Farmers on Tuesday night here at the Petaluma High School gym. And then we'll be back live streaming the boys. A week from tonight, it's the VVAL opener, the first boys basketball game ever in the Vine Valley League history.
Wow.
On the Justin Sienna Braves.
Very
It's
exciting.
actually back-to-back we'll have Saturday night action as well the very next night. They take on Nevada. Both
Wow.
7 o'clock tips. Now we have a foul is called as Garcia is going to get to the line again. Feels like deja vu. 15 foul on Petaluma. Panthers are going to be shooting from the free throw line early and often. We have a lot of live streams. This is counting tonight. We are going to have 5 live streams in the next 8 days.
Wow. That sounds exhausting.
For who?
You.
Oh. Well, Cole Stremlau is going to enter here. Interesting decision, primarily a bench warmer for head coach Scott Bears, but this game is not done. And I think Coach Bears just hoping for some energy with the senior. 3 ball off the mark by Goodwin. Another offensive board pulled down and then thrown away. We didn't see any offensive boards by Santa Rosa, but the Trojans just aren't boxing out here in this third quarter. That's elementary basketball you got to do. Goodwin, what an exceptional effort.
Wow.
Nearly stole it away from
Is
Isaiah.
Robbie okay?
Yeah, slowly pulling himself up to the ground. It's exhausting to be the point guard.
For the entire game.
Yeah, especially against this relentless press. Tip, Sullivan pulls it down. Clear it, and not an ill-advised pass, and then went right through Stremlau's hands. It's a challenging schedule for the Trojans. Hayward went to the semifinals of NCS Division II last year, and they're going to have their game cut out for them on Tuesday night. But home cooking will help. Petalamu's played well here at home. They will not have to be back on the road until 2019. Gaudreau, what a move. Excellent ball movement, swinging it around, and Andre Gaudreau, the senior captain. Goodwin will steal it away, he'll lay it in, and this one is getting away from Petaluma.
Wow.
45-29, and the lead is 16, and students are already getting ready to head to the exits. That was a better job of clearing it. Stremlau lost it again, lucky to get it out to Bermudez. Trojan defense is finally falling apart. What a move by Todd. There's some athleticism from the big man.
Yes. There's a lot of good passing going around in that play.
Yeah, the ball movement was much better there by Petaluma. Gotta move the ball. Goodwin is feeling it. He was cold, and he's getting his coach Madison Lott to shimmy. He's stealing. He's on fire. What a play by Grant Goodwin. He went on his own personal 5-0 run.
Wow.
And the Panthers have come out with a special level of energy, and it has quickly deflated the Trojans in the second half.
Yeah.
They battled, they fought, but it is starting to get away from Petaluma. 50-31 here. How do the Trojans find something and try to keep up, try to get back at this one?
I think they're...
Their toes?
Yeah. I don't think they're toast. I think they can still give it their all and catch up possibly.
You
But
definitely want to see an answer and response, because we saw this last Saturday. They hung around with Santa Rosa. Things got away. They went quiet, and they were tired too.
Yeah.
They played a lot of games in a lot of days, as you mentioned earlier. But they have looked deflated, and we'll see if they can give a response, because that's important for a team.
Yes.
They've got some good teams in the VVL. They're going to lose some games. They need to learn to battle, especially as a young team.
Exactly.
We've got Joe turning in. Appreciate the help, Joe. Oh, he's doing it again. He stole the ball again. Grant Goodwin is all over the floor right now. The transfer from Reading. Sullivan's going to throw it away. Petaluma can't break this press. Now, credit to the Panthers. They have come out in the second half. They played all right in the first half. They have played spectacularly in the second half. They have shown why they're 6-2. They have shown why they've got some really good victories. They beat VVL foe for Petaluma and Napa by 4 points. Napa's a good team. They beat Akalamis twice. Got revenge on San Marin for an earlier loss. They blew out the Mustangs by 14. They put 75 points on San Marin. A third offensive rebound. The Trojans just can't do anything right now. Goodwin lost it. Stays Panther ball. Killed San Rafael by 30 points. Trojans saw them last year. And then their only blowout loss was to Redwood, the semifinals of the Rose City tournament. And Redwood, one of the best teams in the North Bay. Prince short. Julian Garahan has just entered, and he pulls down that rebound. Foul on Santa Rosa. Now, you tell the Panthers have energy. They're getting up on their bench. They're cheering. Their coach has been dancing.
Right.
They're playing at a different level.
They
in the
are
second half.
ecstatic. The Trojans, on the other hand.
Yeah, I don't know if head coach Madison locked through some shoes or banned some lockers, but this is a second half team for Santa Rosa. I mentioned it. He's done a great job with this program. I tell you, did Cole Streblau put some butter on his hands before this game? He can't hold on to anything. 10-second differential between shot clock and game clock. So near the end of this third quarter, Trojans trailing by 19. Panthers have outscored the Trojans by 14 in this third quarter. This was a 5-point game.
Wow.
In this first half. Baker's shot clock will get turned off if you're just joining us. This was a good one in the first half. Hard fought, low scoring type game. Santa Rosa led the entire first half, but their biggest lead was 9. Trojans cut it down to 3. It was a 5-point lead at the half. Looked like Petaluma, if they could clean things up, could pull out a victory. But it's been Santa Rosa that has been the team that's really turned things around in the second half. Clark called for the travel. Goes the other way. Another turnover for Petaluma tonight. That was the problem in the first half, and it's reared its ugly head even more in the second half.
Oh, take that.
Shot clock turned off. Campos, 5'5" senior point guard, who's off the mark. Part of that experience has to be a big part for Santa Rosa.
Right.
12 seniors, that they're able to respond to some adversity, not playing well. And the Trojans, with half their team being underclassmen, that hurts.
Oh.
That was the story of the third quarter. Izetta just dribbles out the end of the quarter.
Oh.
Petaluma looks deflated and done. Let's see the banner because it looks so good. 51 to 50 to 31. We have the fourth quarter left here. Our Trojans should get some chances with some reserves.
Yeah.
But they need to work on their energy. When they play with energy, they can compete with anyone. I've seen them play complete games against Cardinal Newman, against San Marin, nearly pulling out victories. But they got to play complete games day in and day out. And there wasn't really an excuse tonight for why they were unable to play a complete game.
When we started, both teams are very fiery. They're very energetic. But now Santa Rosa has kept that energy, and Petaluma has kind of fallen off.
I mentioned that they play a good Hayward team next week. Novato they lost to last year. VVAL, top to bottom, is very strong. They need to play energy with full games if they want to be successful in the Vine Valley League. That's just how it's going to work.
Exactly.
Trojans will look to see if they can mount a little sort of a comeback here against a very good Santa Rosa team. 6-2, 12 seniors on this Panther team. They are in the top tier of NBL, in the NBL Oak League. And considering how they play, they can compete with the likes of Cardinal, Newman, Montgomery.
Yeah, totally.
Piner is probably the favorite in that league. This is a talented team. A lot better in years past. They're going to have probably their best year this century for boys basketball with this outstanding senior class for the Santa Rosa High School Panthers. Inside and one. Alan Baker with the lay-in. Isidro Garcia was really the spark plug for Santa Rosa. He got hot early in the third quarter. Goodwin picked it up. He went on a run of zone with a couple steals, couple threes. And the whole Panther team took it from there. 21-point lead. Boy, it got out there quickly for the Panthers. They pulled out another offensive board. Another foul on Stremlau. Again, don't forget to tune in tomorrow night. 5 o'clock tip. Girls basketball team, which is at college. They're taking on College Park in Pleasant Hill tonight, is facing off. The first shot is good for Baker. They're facing off against the College Park Falcons in Pleasant Hill. We'll be taking on the Nevada Hornets, 5 o'clock tip. Don't want to miss that right here on our YouTube channel. Trojans should get a victory tonight against a weak College Park team, and then a Novato team they lost to in a tight game last year when they played. So it should be a good game against the Horns. Don't want to miss it. Our first girls basketball live stream of the season. 3-ball, Bermudez. The bank is open.
Bermuda.
It's after 8 o'clock on a Friday night, but the bank open for Bermudez. He's played well tonight. Anderson unable to respond. The Panthers have gotten about 10 offensive rebounds in the second half. Not a good job at all by Petaluma. In terms of the boards, they're a shorter team, but they can fight hard. They actually led in rebounds on Saturday, and they led in the first half against the Panthers, but they certainly not in the second half. Izetta has been ice cold, and that's been a big factor. The Trojans struggling offensively. No threes hit for Robbie Izetta. Sam Brown's only hit 1 3. Alexander's only hit 1 3. Trojans need threes from outside to open up inside.
Yes.
It's been overall pretty quiet for Alexander. Got in some foul trouble early. That hurt him. Foul called on the Panthers. It's their 16th foul. Both teams will be in the bonus, so head coach Madison Lott will call a timeout for San Rosa. Well, Simone, we're wrapping up the end of the semester here at
Yes.
Petaluma High. It's been a good first semester here, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been pretty busy with college applications and everything. I'm still not done with all of mine. I still have 2 more, but, you know, we got through it.
You got into the best journalism school in the country in Emerson.
I wouldn't say that, but I am pretty
It's a
excited.
prestigious one. Just saying.
Well, yes, Boston's a cool city, so that's exciting. And
Lovely.
Griffin, you got into the best sports broadcasting school.
It's not true, but okay.
Well, you said it's pretty good. I'm going off of what you said.
And we had winter formal last week. We had the winter court. We had a rally. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. I didn't attend winter formal because
I think the rallies have been really good this year. I really
the
enjoyed
rallies have
rally.
been great. I think our ASB group this year has gone
Yeah,
all out.
yeah.
They have been doing a really good job. Shout out to my friend Nicolette Starkey.
Yeah, the whole
She's
crew.
doing great.
ASB. I really like they have 4 leaders. Excellent inbounds play. Bermudez lays it in. That puts them in double digits. He's got 11 points to match his number, 53-36. 6:30 remaining in the fourth. I like that ASB. They've done 4 main speakers to lead it. 3-ball goodbye. Gaudreau, 20-point lead. They've had the 4 speakers from 4 different classes.
Yes.
A lot of equal representation. It's made it more fun. I
Yeah,
really like that.
Definitely. It gets all the grades really involved, and it's not just about the senior
Absolutely.
class.
Even though, the senior class is probably the best.
Oh, well, we won.
Yeah,
with
we
the
also, I
games.
love the point system. It
That's-
allows some for friendly competition as well.
Yeah.
It's great. Really great.
The black light was a really fun.
Excellent idea. Oh, Bermudez is feeling it. Heating off the sophomore. He was sick for the last week, but he's been a great offensive source tonight for Petaluma. And their only offensive source in the second half. We might just talk to him after this one. Stay tuned after the game. We will have interviews. Foul called on Bermudez.
Is his
JV
hand okay?
Yeah, just taking a look at it. JV team last year that Bermudez and Perez led was 11-1 in SDL. Bermudez and Perez led in scoring. They were even called up for the SDL tournament last year and played very well in the Trojans' semifinal loss to Healdsburg. Trojans 12-15 last year, 6-6 in SCL. Tied for 4th. Trojans currently 3-7. They're going to fall to 3-8 tonight. Currently 906 in California. Petaluma's going to have to get some victories if they want to play in NCS.
Yeah.
They went to NCS for back-to-back years. And the 2015-16 season, the 2016-17 season, something they hadn't done since 1997 to 1998. And they'd love to go back because before that 15-16 season, it had been 10 years since they've been to NCS.
Wow.
But they've got a lot of work to do right now with these early season losses.
Yeah.
If they want to go back to the North Coast section. league.
Definitely.
Or North Coast section playoffs, excuse me. Turnover on Petaluma. 58-38 the score. 6 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Garcia's led all scores tonight. Goodwin, who leads Santa Rosa in scoring on the year, has had a big game as well. Panthers will continue their busy schedule. They take on Livermore tomorrow. Edwards hits the three. It's a 23-point lead for the Panthers, who are enjoying their Friday night on the bench now. Perez free to fire. Alexander's still in there, still battling. That's what you want to see. Schrodens needed more of that earlier. Alexander's not got a lot going inside tonight. Schrodens just, they need him to run the offense.
Yes.
Anderson feeling it off the mark. Mentioned we have 5 live streams in 8 days, and on Wednesday, next Wednesday, okay, sorry about that. Next Wednesday, we're going to have good camera work and a really good wrestling match. Vintage comes into Petaluma. This could be as Bermudez catches fire again. Free throw line J.
I have high hopes for our wrestling team.
Yeah.
We have some very talented wrestlers.
Back-to-back
this year.
SCL titles. And they're thinking the Vintage Crushers might be their chief competition for a VVAL title.
Wow.
They wrestle next Wednesday in the Petaluma High School multi, 6 o'clock. We'll be live on our YouTube channel. There's going to be some really good matches with some top wrestlers and the whole state facing off.
Wow.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be electric.
Very intense.
We'll also be Petaluma for the first time in a long time. We'll actually wrestle Casa Grande in a match that counts. Not only that, it's going to be the senior night for a acclaimed senior class. That's the wrestling team. They've got the seniors have really built the wrestling program to be elite here, the pride of Petaluma, as I like to say. It's going to be senior night, rivalry against Casa, and could decide the VVL title. Bermudez forces the foul. And because of all of that, they have decided to actually hold it in the gym.
Wow. I guess they're expecting a lot more student spirit. We normally don't get that at wrestling games, but a lot's on the line for this
the whole
one.
Community. And I mean, it's going to be exciting. Obviously, the multi doesn't hold that many people.
Exactly.
Especially for a wrestling match. But yeah, we should have a good 500 people come out for that wrestling match. It should be electric. We'll also be live streaming that too. So very excited for the wrestling season. Varsity boys are at the Bill Martell invite tomorrow morning in the East Bay. JV wrestlers are up scrimmaging against Healdsburg. 80 wrestlers on the wrestling.
80, wow.
Yeah, crazy. Bermudez hits both. Lost track of how many points, but he definitely leads Petaluma tonight in score. 61-44. 17-point lead for Santa Rosa. This Friday night started out with good energy from both teams, good energy from the stands. It has slowly quieted out as this night's gone on. Free ball off the mark by Goodwin. Nice cutting action. Prince unable to hold on. That effort by Grant Goodwin. He's going to go over and back, but he flies all over the court. It's the energy the Trojans have lacked tonight.
Yes.
Stevenson will enter. Trojans getting to play some more of the reserves. As Esteban Bermudez can take a seat. He's been the bright spot tonight.
Yes.
He's a breakout player for Petaluma. He's played well. So it's Cortez, Perez, Tynes, Stevenson, and Garahan. In for Petaluma, Tynes from downtown. Off the mark. Cortez using that physicality, he'll get to the line. Mentions he's on the varsity football team. He can finish through some contact. Santa Rosa still got the Sonoma County Classic to play, and they'll open up league play on January 3rd against Cardinal Newman. Should be a really good NBL Oak. Same with the VVAL, a lot of parity in both leagues this year. It's a good division, I think, of basketball teams. Baker will re-enter for the Panthers.
Big lead in the scores. Nice.
State students been gearing up for that. Keeping Graham on. Monday was a lot of fun. Teachers and snacks. What can be better?
Yeah. Griffin, how are you feeling about our AP Econ final?
It's going to be fun.
Very fun.
I've been counting down the hours.
Definitely going to ace that.
Hoping so. 55-48. Then winter break for the next 2 weeks, but don't worry, we're going to still have sports coverage.
Oh, of course.
That first week back in January, starting on the 3rd, we're gonna have, I think, a Trojan Live record. 4 days, 4 live streams.
Wow.
5th, 6th. I don't think it's ever been done before.
I don't think that has ever been done before.
Basketball live streams in a row. So you're gonna get
A marathon, you might say.
it's probably gonna be, snowing or raining outside.
Yeah.
Stay inside. You're gonna come
Like they have the Christmas movie marathons, it's going to be a live streaming marathon.
Very true, yeah. Get your cocoa, get your popcorn.
Bring a blanket,
Yeah,
just
you can get
enjoy.
Christmas dinner leftovers, what do you ham.
I think so.
You celebrate?
Ham or turkey? Yeah, I do. How was Hanukkah, Griffin?
Monaco was another wonderful affair as always.
Good.
Sitting right there. There's one right there. 56-48. Stephenson's going to take over the point guard duty. Senior was on the JV last year. Strumlow also out there. And then other seniors from last year. Off the mark there. Gary's got a fun fact. It'd be a good trivia fact for all those that are certainly going to play trivia.
Yeah.
Gary is the only player that is on all 3 what you would call major varsity sports here at Petaluma.
Wow.
Varsity football team, the varsity basketball team, and the varsity baseball.
That is very impressive.
Yeah. Santa Rosa's done a nice job keeping the intensity up all night. The Rose kept it going, he lays it in. Madison Locke calls a timeout. That's probably the empty bench. Locke plays with a lot of, or coaches with a lot of energy, and it definitely feeds off on his team as well. Build a great program at Central Santa Rosa. We back out to 20. Campus is led by as much as 22. We're going to go wire for wire in their W today.
I know. I really am not a fan of this song. But we're only being positive.
Most positive person I know.
I don't think I am. Moderately okay is this song.
Stay tuned after the game. We'll have interviews with head coach Scott Ayers. We're going to try to Esteban Bermudez, who's had a big game. There's another one that's charging. There's another one that's charging. If you want it. You can change it.
Lucan Stevenson has the ball.
Good crowd here tonight. Turned out in there, Black. High energy. A lot to cheer that way. So he's trying to hit the 50-point mark. He improved their offense in the second half. He's downhill. Another offensive board. Ties in and falls down. Forces a foul. Trojans allowing 51.1 points per game. Panthers, electric offense, possession there. Friday night. Trojans will get a little winter break after that Nevada game up the 22nd. They'll take on Vintage on the 4th. American Canyon on the 9th. And then a big one to circle on your calendar, January 11th. Much improved Austin Friday scene will come in.
That should be a very exciting game.
That will have high energy in the Trojans. A 3-year streak.
Wow.
Beating the Gauchos. Pretty rare. Strumlow with the free throw gets a loud applause. 3-year streak for Petaluma against the Gauchos, but the Gauchos, Garrett Seibels, he's a good senior. the youngsters for the season, Petaluma could have their work cut out for them. They want to keep that boys basketball and goal streak going. Should be a fun atmosphere. Signs off the mark. We're under a minute left. Here we go. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the clock. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Like this video, check out our other basketball videos. We have the boys season opener against San Marino on our channel. We got the girls opener against Rancho. And of course, again, the girls game tomorrow night. Yes, Minnesota Hornets 5 o'clock tip. Loeb, we debated how to say his name before, so I apologize if I'm getting it wrong. Foul on Petaluma. 23.2 seconds, shot clock turned off. Can you get the mic out and stuff? Yeah. You pass their ball, just dribble it out.
Right there.
If you subscribe to the channel, whenever we go live, if somebody who wears sports live streams, I highly advise it. 15 more.
Yeah.
That's the winter sports, that of course spring as well. Prince will get to the line to shoot too. Do want to get your opinion on a very important subject. I was having this debate with Peter back in October.
Oh.
Would you go with the triangle or would you go with the cowbell?
Is this... I don't understand the question fully.
What's better?
A triangle or a cowbell? Triangle, definitely.
Unbelievable. I mean, most people go with the cowbell, but there are a few that go with the triangle. I just don't know what's wrong with them.
What do you mean what's wrong with
The
them?
versatility of a cowbell.
The versatility of a triangle. That is specifically why I use it. There are 3 sides to it, each making a different sound. You can hit it at different points and it will...
The cowbell is so unique.
No, all you do is shake it. You don't get...
You just don't understand.
No, I don't think you understand.
Cortez trying to get to 50.
The triangle is much more sophisticated.
Oh, absolutely. But is the world about sophistication or is it about beauty of music? Cowbell's beauty of music.
I would say the triangle gives a better sound.
Representation. People show up to Petaluma sports events and they ring that cowbell, and I have pride. No one comes to a Petaluma sports event and bangs the triangle around with this jarring, obnoxious sound.
Well, you know what, Griffin? I'm going to show up and bring a triangle. Thank you, Jamie.
Stevenson trying to lose exactly by the side of the backboard. 4.6 seconds left. We're just about ready to wrap it up. Trojans will take on the Hayward Farmers next Tuesday. Santa Rosa shooting at 7-2. Petaluma called us for game 8. And interviews are next, so stay right here. Dribble out. Can't finish. Time.
Ah. Thank you for tuning in. Don't go yet.
My mic looked down. No. Is it working? Can I grab a smoke now?
I was gonna go. I was gonna talk to you.
Jamie, what did you think of that riveting game?
Well, it was a good try.
I think so too. I think they did great. Yeah. I think they did great in the beginning. They just lost a little energy in the second half.
Well, I think that they, I don't have a mic.
No.
Alright. Well, in the first 2 quarters, they would kind of, okay.
Testing, testing. Cool. We're framing good? Is framing good? All right, here with Esteban Bermudez. Trojans fall short here against Santa Rosa. It looked like you guys were hanging with Santa Rosa for that first half. What happened in that second half?
Well, their press started probably breaking us down a lot more. We started turning over the ball a lot, letting them get in transition layups. I think we took maybe too long, and personally myself, I took too long to get going, maybe get in the rhythm of the game. So, yeah, I think we just turned over the ball a lot, and they were able to get in transition.
You do bring a lot of energy to the game. You did in that, both in the first and second half, led the team in scoring tonight. How do you bring that level of energy to the court, and how beneficial is that to your game?
I mean, I always like to play with energy. I love basketball, so I go my hardest at all times. So that's kind of it.
Guys were playing a good team tonight, but weren't able to play a complete game. As a young team, how do you guys piece it together more?
We just keep working, keep getting better. I think we still probably need to get better at knowing, our personnel a little more. But other than that, we just got to keep working and get better.
Guys have been turning over the ball a lot. You did again tonight. How do you guys take better control of the ball, and how do you think that will improve your guys' offensive rhythm?
I mean, once we start taking care of the ball and breaking presses, I don't think anyone can stop us in the transition because we're very versatile when we're quick and we're running. But if we can't get past the press, then it's not going to work.
Thank you so much, Esteban. That was Esteban Bermudez, who led the Trojans in scoring tonight. A bright spot in what was a rough, especially second half, for Petaluma in their 70-52 loss against the Panthers. We will be hearing with head coach Scott Bears in a couple of minutes. Michael, can you press stop recording on there? You want to join me, Michael? You want to join me real quick? All right, Michael Barabel's going to join me. Like they can hear echo? I don't know. You didn't mess around with that. Michael Barrowalt joining me. What's your official role, Michael?
I think Max Trepp says Director of Basketball Operations. So.
It's a high level, high name, yeah. Looked like the team was hanging around with Santa Rosa for a while, but that third quarter, they deflated like a balloon.
Yeah, when we played them up in Rose City, as you we had 25 turnovers that game. I don't know how many we had tonight, but I'm sure it was pretty close to it. There was a string where they had probably gotten 4 or 5 straight buckets, and you got to give them. They're a good team. They're not a slouch by any means. But I know we can play better than that. You keep saying that we're a young team, right. But after a while, that's not an excuse anymore. So, but we're gonna get there. We have Hayward Tuesday. We don't know much about them, but then we start league next Friday night. So, hopefully, I think we'll have tomorrow off, and then we'll get going next week.
So it seems like offense especially struggles a lot against these good teams and good defenses in the half court, and you're going to see a lot of that in VVAL. What do they need to do to find more success against it?
Well, they got to run our press break, first of all. I don't think they ran it right once. We just got to be strong with the ball. A lot of guys, they get up in us, and there's no help to be found. Then you get 2 guys on you, and you get flustered. So just got to go at it more in practice, more game speed, and just got to adjust and get used to it because teams like American Canyon, Napa, Justin Siena and Costa Grande, that's what they're going to do. They're going to press us to death, and we got to be able to learn to handle it.
Yeah, should be interesting. Thanks for joining us, Michael. Does a great job with the basketball team. Did a great job with Trojan Live last year. Probably be a couple more minutes before they get out of the locker room. Jamie and Simone can join you in a couple minutes. Trojans will take on the Hayward Farmers next Tuesday, and it's going to be another tough challenge for them. Hayward went to the semifinals of NCS. They haven't seen them before, but that should be a good team as well. And it's just there aren't going to be many off nights. They got a rare bad team on Tuesday night against St. Vincent's. But it's hard day in and day out to play against good teams, and they will not have to deal with that in SCL, but they will have to deal with that in the VVAL. And good teams like Santa Rosa. Santa Rosa are one of the best, probably, that they're going to face over the course of the year. Panthers real good, but it's going to be a challenge. You guys want to join us, and I will go grab head coach Scott Bears for our final interview of the night. Or here you go.
Hello, Simone Tranfolia.
I'm Jamie Cantieri.
Here with you for Trojan live streaming of the Petaluma basketball game against Santa Rosa. Jamie, what did you think about it?
Well, as I was sitting doing tech, having the time of my life, I just kind of noticed that in the first and second quarter, we were always like at a 5 to 7 point deficit, but in the third quarter, it fell to 10, and then in the fourth quarter, it fell to 20, just like these numbers that we can't really come back from as the time progresses.
Yeah. And you could definitely tell when that deficit was getting larger, the motivation was going down, and the Trojans were tired, they were done. They knew they weren't going to catch up, but I don't think that should stop them from going full force, you know?
Yeah, I think they had a lot of good, is chemistry the right word? I mean, maybe. Defensively, but offensively, they're having a hard time making in shots and scoring. And I think it's just the beginning of the season, there's still hope, and there we go.
What happened? Oh, okay. Thought you were saying something different. Yeah, I would completely agree. They just gotta work on it. It's fine. I think we have a lot of new players. They just need to get in the groove of things.
All right, and here comes Griffin Epstein with Coach Scott Bears. Okay.
Head coach of the Trojans, Scott Bears, joining me here after the Trojans fall 70-52 to Santa Rosa. You guys kept up with a good Panther team for the first half, but looked like you ran out of energy in the third quarter.
Yeah, they picked up their intensity in the third period and their physicality, and I suppose we had a hard time handling that. Started pushing on us, pulling on us, beating us to our spots, which led to a lot of turnovers. It's really hard to compete against a team that plays such a high tempo when you're just coughing the ball up, you know. Thought we played a really strong first half, though. I think that's definitely something we can build on. If we can find a way to take that first half and translate that into 4 periods, I think it would really change the dynamics of this basketball team. And fortunately, we're still in preseason. We're still trying to work out these kinks, and hopefully by league we can find a way to match the physicality and put 4 periods together.
What are the challenges of having such a young team, and how much do you need the seniors to step up both in leadership and in terms of play, having that experience?
Yeah, as far as being a young team, these are all varsity players. Yeah. Sophomore, junior, senior. They're varsity players all the way through, and we treat them like such. So they're expected to rise to the occasion, make the adjustments just like the rest of us. And the seniors, Robbie Isetta does a great job handling the basketball. A shot hasn't been there yet, but we expect him to break through really soon, start knocking out some big shots for us. Everybody's going to contribute one way or the other. We got a lot of different pieces that we can work a lot of different ways. And I think I need to do a better job trying to maybe put all that together as well. So we all got stuff to work on, and we're in the process of doing so right now. And I'm going to go ahead and say that you're going to see a new, improved Trojan team here in the very near future.
We certainly hope so. Thank you so much, Coach. Trojans fall here once again. Final score 70-52. Everyone want to join me? If you don't want to join me, it's okay. But we're about to wrap up. You can all come around. All 3 of you. Trojans unable to keep it up, played a good first half, but fell under an unrelentless press of Santa Rosa. Credit to the Panthers. They're a good team. Too good tonight here for a young Trojan team. They'll look to keep things up. Tuesday against Hayward, and then our next live stream is their VVAL opener against Justin Siena. The games start really counted. Next Friday, our next live stream. It's tomorrow night, 5 o'clock.
Be there.
You got to tune in. Nevada Hornets. No, be a very good game. Nevada Petaluma girls basketball, our first girls basketball live stream of the year. Don't miss it. And then Wednesday, it's wrestling against Vintage. I want to thank all you guys for a great job. JV Cantieri doing tech, Christian Abroad doing a great job on camera, and so much Trefalia, my co-anchor. That's going to do it here from Petaluma. Once again, the final score, Santa Rosa 70, Petaluma 52. Good night.